Um, so good morning everyone, and this is a continuation of that artificial intelligence class that we have discussed yesterday. This is one of the wonderful application of that artificial intelligence, and I've seen, I already showed one of that application in the class that is before that lockdown, where we've taken one China company name called Alibaba.com, where they were using some of the artificial intelligence technologies in one of their hotel, the Zoo Hotel, that is there in China, where everything was automated. That you've seen it, and the video also I've shown that. Now this is one more application of that artificial intelligence. In this IBM company, where IBM, they're mainly into a software business, that is a service based software business here, and now they want to get into this type of product development business here. So IBM developed a product name called IBM Watson, which companies could use this IBM Watson to simplify their businesses, here. And here, where they are IBM Watson is simplifying the businesses, it is one example only we'll take, that is in hotel industries. In the hotels, the main biggest problem for the hotels is obviously the rent and other type of things, and property prices where the hotel is being constructed. All of those things were there. In addition to that, the day-to-day running of the hotel is a very big problem for them here. Why it is a big problem is, you can see if there is a, let's say, a 5-star hotel is there. Let's take an example of Taj West End Hotel in Bangalore, that's in Racecourse Road, where to manage, let's say, Taj West End Hotel is having, assume that it's having 400 rooms here. To manage those 400 rooms, Taj Hotel will be having a staff of close to 1,600 to 2,000 staff will be there to manage that hotel here. It is per room, 4 to 5 staffs here, right? So they need a lot of staff to take care of the guests here. That is a very difficult thing, because since it is a 5-star hotel, and mostly it is a business class hotel here, and many people from many countries used to stay in that hotel for some business meetings here. In that case, they will be talking in different languages, and they will be having different behavior, the guests and all. So for that, when you have a 400 rooms where 400 people are from different countries, their language is different, their behaviors are different, and to manage that, it is very difficult to train a staff to handle those customers here. So in hotel industry, there is a department is there, that's called concierge department, where they are mainly responsible for taking care of the guests, and that is welcoming the guest and taking them to the rooms, and keeping the room, and arranging a food for that guest here, arranging a cab service if the guest wants, and arranging a reservation in one restaurant, and delivering a newspaper for them, and getting food preferences from those people, and let's say if there are some important event is there in that city, let's say in Bangalore, which the guest want to attend that event, where the concierge people have to arrange that also. They should have to get in touch with the event management, get a ticket for him, and arrange all this. There are many other things are there like that here. And suppose if the guest wants to go to that that event in a very vintage car means the cars which are 70-80 years old or something else, which he wants like that. He wants to go in that here, where the concierge people have to arrange that car also. Obviously the guests will pay, but arranging it's a very difficult thing, because vintage cars are not available. So not available means they are available in very limited quantity. So this is the duty of a concierge department here, where they have to arrange each and everything for a guest here. So since it is a very difficult, and it's very difficult but not impossible, right? So to arrange all of these things here. So the hotel thought that they could have one kind of a robot or something else here, which the robot could talk to all the guests, and it can do everything online only here. And so that will actually save a lot of money for the hotel here, because they don't need that much staff to manage the hotel here, right? So they can have this one robot or somewhere, so that will do most of the work here. So when they were looking for it, this IBM Watson has developed one such a robot here, right? And they've made a one wonderful advertisement also. You just see that advertisement. I'm showing it to you right now. See that?
Hello again, sir.
I'll explain this video later.
Good evening, Mr. Sui.
Hello, Watson.
Welcome back to our hotel. Do let us know if we can make your stay more comfortable.
Every hotelier wants their guests to have a tip-top experience. That's where Watson Assistant comes in. You can name yours to represent your brand.
I see your flight was late arriving. Would you like me to order you room service?
Yes, please. I'm starving.
Would you like your usual order, or may I suggest some options from the menu?
My usual order, please.
Great. It will arrive in 20 minutes.
Thank you. Personalization is a must-have. You need to integrate your loyalty programs and services with the calendars, itineraries, and preferences of your guests. Thank you. Good thing Watson Assistant is connected to a large global ecosystem of skills and applications to make those personal experiences a reality.
Sir, the last time you stayed with us, you asked me to check up on your home. Would you like for me to do that now?
Yes, please.
Your smart thermostat has been set to away mode to conserve energy. Your doors are locked and the security system is off.
Yes, I'm worried that I forgot to lock the doors. Any assistant worth its salt can learn and get to know what's most important to you. Watson Assistant does that too.
The calendar shows your first meeting at 9:30 a.m. I schedule your car to be here at 8:30.
Make it 8:15.
Done. Since you normally visit the gym in the morning, would you like me to set the alarm for 7 a.m.?
That's perfect, thanks. Your guests are busy people. Imagine if you could streamline their schedules. They'd never want to leave. Watson, what time's breakfast?
Our continental breakfast begins at 6:30 a.m. As a platinum member, you have access to the full service breakfast in our executive club.
See, if you anticipate what your guests like, you can offer more services. But you need the right date first. Are you ready to bring your brand to life? Because that's something worth dreaming about.
Yes. So I'll interpret this. What you see in this video. Initially, when the guest was walking to the hotel,
Go again, sir.
the robot recognized the guest, and the robot said that hello sir. How they recognize that guest was? It was when you staying in a hotel. When you stayed in a hotel, you must have observed that you must have been given one smart card here, and when you swipe the smart card to a reader, and where that your details will be stored in the company computer here. That's the one way, or QR code or something else. QR code also could be used for it here. So where they recognize that who is this guest and what's his details and what's his food preference, what type of rooms he like, and what type of food he like, and all the details. Initially, we store all the details into the computer here. Whenever he swipes his card, or whenever you scan this QR code, it will be automatically comes in the computer here. So by seeing that, robot itself, greeted a guest saying good morning or hello, like that here. Then see that next here.
Watson.
Welcome back to our hotel.
Same thing it is
Do
doing.
let us know if we can make your stay more comfortable.
Every hotelier wants their guests to have a tip-top experience. That's where Watson Assistant comes in. You can name yours to represent your brand.
I see your flight was late arriving. Would you like me to order you?
You know how the computer knows means it's the data is already stored in the computer here, right? Who store the data means the hotel persons will get all the input from this executive here, right?
Room service?
Yes, please.
Would you like your usual order, or may I suggest?
You know, again it is asking us, would you like your usual order? Usual order means, you know, what will happen to this executives is, you know, usually after a heavy meeting they used to come to the hotel only in the late night, maybe at 9 or something else, and they'll be having a flight in the early morning where they have to go somewhere. And since the people are tired already and they may not be having the time to go through each of the every item that is mentioned in the menu card to order food here, they usually order for a regular food here. Regular food means the one that is comfortable for them, which the one they like the most, and that kind of a thing here. So that is also stored in the computer here. That's why this Watson asks the executive that would you like to do a regular order or you want me to suggest it. That's why it is asking him. You can see.
Options from the menu.
My usual order, please.
Great. It will arrive in 20 minutes.
Okay. Then after taking the order, that Watson itself is to send a message to the restaurant to prepare the food that was requested by this executive here, right? Again, the chef will be there who will prepare the food as per that executive request, and it will be sent through an employee in this video. But in the Alibaba video that we have seen in the last that is in February, I think, wherein the robot itself is delivering the food to the executive here. That could also be done, but here it is delivered by a staff here.
Thank you. Personalization is a must-have. You need to integrate your loyalty programs and services with the calendars, itineraries, and preferences of your guests. Good thing Watson Assistant is connected to a large...
The last time you stayed with us, you asked me to check up on your home. Would you like for me to do that now?
Yes, please.
Your smart thermostat has been set to away mode to conserve energy. Your doors are locked and the security system is off.
Now you can see here again the Watson used to ask that executive that last time when you stayed in our hotel you asked to check your house here. Do you want to do that again? And the executive said that yes. And you know, since in most of the houses nowadays, most means obviously in some houses, not most, you know, they'll be having the automation fingers right here, where they'll be using digital locks and everything is being monitored, right? So again, it is connected to that device which is there in that executive house, and it is started giving a message saying that, you know, it started saying that, you know, the doors are locked, and thermostat, you know, that is used to set the temperature of water here, that is set to you know, away mode or something else. That's what it's saying.
Yes. I'm worried that I forgot to lock the doors. Any assistant worth its salt can learn and get to know what's most important to you. Watson Assistant does that too.
The calendar shows your first meeting at 9:30 a.m. I scheduled your car to be here at 8:30.
Yes. Now in this case, you know, their executives, his meeting is at 9 or something, 9:30 or something else. Where again, to read that again, you want a car. That car is also being arranged by the Watson here. How means the Watson, you know, the data is stored in the computer. The Watson is to send a message to, let's say, that Ola, Uber or somewhere here, right? And the driver will get a message, and the driver will come to the hotel to pick this executive here. Like that, most of the thing is automated here, right? So we are hotel companies are trying to avoid as many employees as possible by using this in the future here, right? It's one of the wonderful application of the artificial intelligence.